Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and I'm here to solve a classic Sudoku taken from the Sudoku GP round 3. This round was authored by Chinese authors and it had an excellent collection of Sudokus. Even though the contest is over, it is still available for free download and you can give the Sudokus a go at your leisure. I will add the link to the competition puzzles in the description of the video. Please do give it a try. It had some excellent Sudokus. And I'm covering one classic Sudoku from the contest, which was weighed 58 points and which, as per feedback, proved out to be a real trickster. And I'm saying that with confidence because even I suffered at the hands of this classic. I had to guess on this during the competition. So if you could manage to get the starting digit, this classic is becomes real easy, but getting the first digit is not so easy. And when solving under the pressure of a timer, it becomes even more harder, right? So having said that, you can try the Sudoku out yourself. The link is in the description of the video. Please do give it a try and come back and watch the video. And more importantly, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate if you take maybe a few seconds to hit that subscribe button. It would be really motivating to us. So I'll start the Sudoku now. The rules are standard classic rules. Each row, each column and 3x3 box in the grid will have digits from 1 to 9, no repetitions. Just a second, guys. Yep, the window is perfect now. I'll go here. Right. So we'll start with the usual corner marking stuff. There is a 5 in rows 1 and 2, so that gives me 5 in one of these two cells. Oops, let me change the color. 5 goes in one of these two cells. There are only 2 given 5, so not much can be done. There is a 1 in row 4 and row 5, so 1 goes in one of these two cells. Again, just the 2 ones. There is a 3 in column 4 and column 6, so 3 goes in one of these two cells. 7 in column 1 and column 3, so 7 goes here. 6 in row 7, row 9, so 6 goes here. 9 in column 1 and column 2, so 9 goes here. And there is an 8 in column 8 and 9, so 8 goes here. 6 in these two cells, so 6 goes here. So these are basic stuff that everyone would be able to do at the start. But from this point, it gets really hard. With each passing second, the solver gets really nervous. Because remember that this is not the only Sudoku that you get to solve during the contest. There are about 10 other Sudokus that need to be solved in under 90 minutes. And with each passing second, the solver faces additional pressure. So, okay, so we have done the easy corner marking. Don't think there is anything that is left. Okay, there's nothing that is left. So at this point, no matter what pencil marks you do, unless or until you find this one tough deduction, there is no way that you're going to get the first digit logically. So the way to go about is, I'll just tell you how I hit upon the deduction, and then I will tell you the exact way that this needs to be worked out. Look where the 8s go in box 4 and box 5, right? So in box 5, 8 must be in one of these 3 cells. And similarly in box 4, 8 must be in one of these 3 cells again. Now the thing to recognize here is that 8 must be present in one of these cells exactly once, either in row 6 column 1 or row 6 column 4. And the reason is, if you don't have 8s in either of these cells, look what happens. The 8 in column 1 goes here. The 8 in column 4 goes here. Now look at rows 7 and 9. You only have 2 rows, but 3 8s are to be placed. This is never going to happen. Or in other words, there is no cell left in row 8 to take the 8. So this is how I hit upon the deduction. Later on, I understood that there is a much better way to look at these things. Now you may ask, how is this helping in the solve? Right, let me get to that. So now that we know 8 must be either in this cell or this cell, we can remove the 8 from these cells. And now look what happens here. This can't be 1, 4, 9. It cannot be 2 and 7. It cannot be 3 and 6. We also know that this cannot be 8 because 8 is either in this cell or this cell. So we can eliminate the 8 from here. So there is a naked single there. This must be a 5. Right? No other digit can go there. So once you find this digit, the Sudoku becomes progressively easier. But if you do not find that digit, there is no way absolutely to continue this Sudoku, trust me. So now I'll show you the more elegant way of looking at this. This is much better. Let this 8 be staying here. I do not intend to remove this 8. Alright. The more elegant way to look at this thing is, where does the 8 go in? Let me remove these first. Where does the 8 go in row 4? 8 has exactly 2 options. Either this cell or this cell. It cannot be here. It cannot be in these 2 cells and it cannot be here. And where does the 8 go in row 8? It cannot be in these 2 cells. It cannot be here. It cannot be here. So it must either go here or here. Now do you realize something? In rows 4 and rows 8, 8 has exactly 2 cells in each of these rows and the same 2 columns. So you can say that this is an X swing. When you have the 8 here, the 8 in row 8 goes here. And when you have the 8 here, the 8 in row 8 goes here. So which means that one of these cells must be 8 and one of these cells must be 8. So what it effectively does is that it eliminates all the yellow cells as not being 8. What a tremendous start to the Sudoku, right? All the yellow cells cannot take an 8. Now, you may ask, this is not so difficult to find. Of course, if you are on the lookout for an X swing, definitely it's not difficult to find. But the thing about Sudoku GP Classics is that one would seldom find an advanced trick to start the Sudoku, and that is perhaps one of the reasons which I think would have taken the solvers by surprise. So now that we have spotted the X swing, let us just go about our solve, and I'll remove these colors. Okay, so let's go to number mode, and now we can start the Sudoku. Look at this cell. As I said earlier, 8 is eliminated here. So this was only 5 or 8. Because 8 is eliminated, this can only be a 5 now. And that gives us a 5 here, removing the 5 from these cells. And that gives a 5 in these 2 cells. Okay. Look at this cell. This can only be 8 or 9 because it cannot be 3, 6, 4, 5, 1 and 2 and 7. Again, we can make use of the X swing. This cannot be 8, so this would be a 9. And now 9 must be in these 2 cells in box 8. 9 in row 5 has only 1 cell left, so it has to go here. And that gives me 9 in these 2 cells. And now the 9 in row 2. It cannot be here, it cannot be here, it would have to be in these 2 cells. And this cell is already eliminated, so this becomes a 9. And that gives my 9 here. So we got all the 9s. The 4 in box 6 has only 1 cell left, it cannot be here, it cannot be here. So 4 goes here. So look how smoothly Sudoku is progressing. once we got this digit. Without that digit, it would be really hard to continue the Sudoku. Where do we go now? The 3 in box 6 must be here. Okay, can we make use of this X-wing further? We can perhaps eliminate 8 from these cells. Look at this cell. This cannot be 2, 6, 7, 9, cannot be 4, 5, and 8. This would have to be 1 or 3. Let's look at row 6 and ask ourselves, where does the 2 and 8 go in that row? You'll notice that there are exactly 2 cells to lock the 2 and 8, and which means this becomes a pair, a 1-7 pair. And now that allows me to lock another pair, becomes 3-5. And now look at these 5s combining beautifully to give me a pair here. So I can mark this. There is a locked pair in that in those 2 cells. This is a 4-5. And now look at this 5. So this 5 narrowed stone 5 into these 3 cells, which means in row 7, 5 can't be here, 5 can't be here, 5 would have to be here. So that's a 5. That's not a 5. Look at this cell. This would have to be 4 or 8. And this is 1 or 8. And this would be 3, 4, and 8. So which means 1 must be in one of these 2 cells. Okay, let's look at column 8 because it's almost completed. 4, 5, 6, 2, 8, and 9. So I need 1, 3, and 7. This would be 1 and 3. This would be 1, 3, and 7. Okay, so I'm looking at this column and asking myself, where does the 6 and 7 go? 6 and 7 cannot be here, and they cannot be here. So that leaves us exactly 2 cells to lock 6 and 7, which means this would be 2, 4, and 8. And look at this cell. It is very restricted. It cannot be 2, 4, 8. Cannot be 5, 6, and 9, or a 3. So this is a 1 and a 7. Uh, 4 must be in one of these 2 cells. Okay, I have a 7 here, right? I don't think I've made use of that. This cell cannot be 4, 5, 8, 9, or 7, or 3. So this is 1, 2, 6. Of course, 2 is also not possible. So that's 1 and 6. And look at this cell. This is 1 or 2. Cannot be 4, 5, 6, 9, 3, 7, or 8, right? So this is 1 and 2. And this cell is 1, 2, and 6. Cannot be 5, 7, 8, 9, and 3 and 4. So this is 1, 2, and 6. So still the Sudoku is not yet over completely. Okay, the 7 in here goes into these 2 cells. Let me corner that. Okay, 3 must be in these two cells, right? In column 8. Am I getting something here? Okay, 4 goes in one of these two cells in column 7. And look at this cell. This can only be 3, 4, and 8. So I know that the 6 in this row goes into this cell, and that was the crucial deduction that we were looking for, asking ourselves where does the 6 go in column 1. So now you can see where the 6 goes in row 3. Cannot be here, and it cannot be in these two cells because you have a 6 here. So that gives us a 6 here and a 7 here. That pushes a 7 here. Beautiful. Okay. This is 1, 3, and 9. Okay, this is 1, 4, 7. And these two cells for row 5 must be 2, 3, 6. Can't be 8. So, and 2 is also eliminated. So, this is 3 and 6. So, what am I missing here? I feel I'm very close to the solution, but still it's eluding. So these two cells must be 1, 2, and 3, right? You can't have 4, 5, 9. You cannot have 6, 7, 8. So, they must be 1, 2, and 3. Okay, look at these two cells. They can't be 3, 6, 7, 9 or 4 or 2. So they must be a 1, 5, and 8. Of course, if you remember the X-wing, this cannot be 8. 8 must be in one of these two cells and 8 must be in one of these two cells. So 8 is eliminated here, and even this is not 8. So this can only be 2, 5, 7, 9, 6, and 8. So this is 1, 3, and 4. This could actually be even more than 58 points if you ask me. This is a tough classic. Let me just check here. All right. I missed a naked single here. So 1, 7, 9, 2, and 4. So which means that this cell cannot be 3, 6, or 8 also. So this would have to be a 5. 1, 7, 9, 2, and 4, and 3, 6, and 8 are eliminated. So this is a 5, which means this would be a 5. This would be a 3. And these two cells must be 6 and 8. So we are getting some good progress here. This would be 2 or 4 for the column. This would be 4 and 6. Tough one. This would be 1, 2, right? If you look at this column, this cell can take 1, 2, 4, and 7, but 4 and 7 are eliminated. So this is 1 and 2. And that gives us a pair in row 8. So this is not 1 and this is not 1, which means this would be 6. Removing the 6 here and 6 here. Removing the 6 here. Okay, this is 4 or 8 for the row. 1 goes into one of these two cells in column 2. So this is not a 1. And 1 in box 7 has only one cell left. So 1 goes here. So that is a 5. That is 8. That's 4. That's 2. That's 1. That's 8. That's 6. That's 4. 2, 3, 6, 8, 2, 4, 5, 4. We have gotten a roll, guys. So that's 2. And this is not 4. That's 3, 8. That's 3, 8. Which means this would be 4 and 6. This is a 1 and 2 for the column. And that is 3 and 9. Now let me remove all these trays. I have to remove everything. 8, 4, 4 goes off here. All right. Okay, this column can be completed. This must be a 1 and a 3. And you have a 1, 3 pair here in row 2. So this is not 1. This is 2. This is 1. That's 1. That's 3. And that's a 3. Okay, this one is 6. That becomes 4. That becomes 6. And 1 gives a 7 here. A 4 here. This is not 3. That is 1 and 7. Okay, 7 is here. So that's 1. That's 7. That's 1. So I need 2, 7, 9 in box 3. So 2 goes here because of this 2. And this would be 7 and 9, which can be instantly placed. Let me tidy things up a bit. They look a little bit. Okay, 6, 9. All right, a 9 here gives a 3 here. Okay, so that gives a 9 here. And I have 1 here, so which means this would be 8, this would be 8, this would be 3. This is not 8 or 1. That would be a 1. I by mistake I started solving this in the problem mode. I should have started in solution mode because the corners would be automatically removed in that if I had done that. So I can place the final 2 digits 7 and 3, and with that we have completed this excellent Sudoku by the Chinese authors. Had some brilliant deductions, if you ask me. Starting the finding the X swing at the start was not so easy, given the fact that you are solving it in a contest, and people would never expect to find an X swing right at the start of a classic Sudoku. So that too added to the difficulty. So hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve this classic. Please do let us know your thoughts in comments. Would be happy to hear what you know. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.